Okay, I want to make a quick video for you guys just to show you how to cite textual evidence. So, when you guys read the circuit, it asked you to cite textual evidence, but I hadn't really gone over it yet, so I want to just make sure you guys understand there's two different ways to do that. Okay, so when I or a book or something asks you to cite evidence, the first way is to use a direct quote. Okay, so direct quotes are one way. Whoops. And the other way is to use a paraphrase. So paraphrasing is putting something in your own words. Okay, and a direct quote is using a actual quote word for word from the story. Okay, so the question is, let me give you an example from the story The Circuit. Let's just say the question was, how do we know Panchito and his family were moving again at the end of the circuit, at the end of the story? So one way, if you're going to answer that, one way would be to use a direct quote. So it would sound something like this, and you would use a sort of a sentence starter such as, according to the text, so you'd say like, according to the text, let me see if I can do this. So you say, according to the text, Panchito says, I saw everything we owned was neatly packed in cardboard boxes. And then you would cite the paragraph. So you'd say paragraph 34, which tells us that the family is leaving again. Okay, so that's sort of one way you can kind of do that. You say according to the text, then you put then this is why I showed you guys how to write dialogue. Even so, whether you're writing dialogue or you're using a direct quote, you still write it the same way. So see, there's a comma here, and then the quotation starts here. Notice here where I cite the paragraph number, I put that inside the comma and the quotation marks. A lot of times when kids, let me just sort of show that again. So a lot of times when kids do that, right here. A lot of times when kids cite a paragraph or page number, they put it on the outside, so it goes inside the comma and the quotation mark. Okay, so that's how you would cite a direct quote. Okay, so that's just one example. The other way would be a paraphrase. So paraphrase is I'm going to say basically the same exact thing. I'm just not going to put it in quotations. So a paraphrase, the same answer could be something like, okay, we know the family is leaving again because paragraph here. Let me use my little. Um, oops, there it is. Okay, we know the family is leaving again because paragraph 34 states that Panchito saw everything the family owned packed in cardboard boxes again. So um, I didn't necessarily use like according to the text. I just said we know the family is leaving because paragraph 34 states. Okay, so I basically you have to put the page or the paragraph number, just put it in your own words. Okay, so that's called a paraphrase. I'll accept either one. Now, if you're doing like a longer essay where you have to cite a lot of evidence, it's good to sometimes mix it up. Instead of using all direct quotes, maybe use a paraphrase. Instead of using all paraphrases, maybe throw a direct quote in. That's just good writing. You don't want to be repetitive with things. You want to sort of mix it up. So other sentence starters to cite evidence could be like, the text states, page 10 states, paragraph 34 states. Just remember, the thing I want you guys to remember is whenever you're citing evidence, to always put the paragraph number or the page number. You have to tell us where you got that information. Okay, so that's what I want you to know as far as citing evidence.